Hello, my name is Kathleen Razzo, and welcome to my presentation, Developing an Online Classroom Through Theory and Practice. I'd like to begin the first slide with a quote by John Dewey. It is, "Education is not an affair of telling and being told, but an active and constructive process." For me, this quote means learning in the classroom needs to be active by the student, so they will learn, absorb, and transform that learning. It is a great way for students to comprehend everything that they are being taught. Online classrooms can give students the ability to accomplish all of this. My introduction. The purpose of applying different learning theories, principles, and practices into the build of my classroom was so online educators can utilize this concept, as I did, as a step-by-step guide to create effective instruction in higher education. This presentation will explain the 5 concepts that I chose to discuss about my online class. Those are managing employee behavior and backward design, authentic assessment, flipped classroom, rubric, and community of inquiry. To begin, building an online class should be catered to all students. Therefore, consider before you develop is imperative. I agree with this 100%. One way to accomplish this by Wren and Wren is to design through enhanced observation of theory and practice. I utilize these concepts to hopefully encourage my students to practice what they have learned through self-awareness, knowledge, skills, and achievement, which was my primary goal for this class. The first concept, backward design, helped me plan and design the course with the end in mind, beginning with the course goals and the final assessment. By creating the final assessment, it helped me design exactly what I needed to in each module for my students to learn. This was great for me because this was my first online course that I developed. It also helped me prepare and articulate lessons and assignments that were focused and organized based on the learning outcomes of the students. It gave me assistance with better understanding of what needed to be taught when creating discussion, problem solving, and writing processes. It also supported me when I evaluated the class and applied any revision that needed. Authentic assessment was actually the first lesson that was designed after I figured out the summative assessment. It was designed with what I expected my students to learn. It helped me create the learning modules based on the criteria of this assignment, and it also depended on the students' results evaluation. Revision was able to take place. The flipped classroom, which is the opposite of the traditional classroom, and it is completely different because it promotes active learning. I think this is very important for students when they're actively participating in the class. Students can learn at their own pace, which is one of the pros to having a flipped classroom. Another pro to that would be teachers are able to guide students continuously. I think this is important because a lot of times students will get off track with learning and dealing with the assignments and lessons, and when a teacher is right there to help them and guide them throughout the process, it makes it much easier for them to learn. It also provides blended learning outside of the classroom, which means that students are able to work outside the class by actually going in and looking at assignments online, or looking through articles, reading, looking up videos, things like that, to promote the active activities when it is time for it to be inside the classroom. The rubric it's a technology tool for teachers to set up grading criteria for assignments. As you can see, I have a sample rubric right here. One of the criteria was students are to establish one-on-one conversations that utilizes empathic listening skills. As you can see, I graded 5 for distinguished, 3.75 for proficient, 1.25 for below expectations, and 0 for non-performance. I feel that I graded quite well based on what they needed to learn. Each grid holds a different concept that they have to learn, and they will be graded by each of them. Students are able to see what is expected of them from the course rubric and for the course assignment. It also lists in detail what needs to be accomplished and how it will be graded. So the students are aware right from the beginning, before they begin the assignment, exactly what is expected of them and how they will be graded. The next slide will be the community inquiry, and I chose to discuss the cognitive presence. It has 4 different concepts to that, which is triggering event, exploration, integration, and resolution. Triggering is where I'm getting my students to watch videos based on the assignment, which is right here. I put a sample of the assignment right here, and these are the several videos that I chose for them to look up and watch prior to completing the assignment. Exploration is having them read any of the articles that are associated with the videos and the content being taught. Integration part of it, where students had to describe exactly what they learned in the lesson, and that would be here in the instructions. And resolution was for them to create and submit the lesson based on what they have learned. Preparing and designing my first online class had many challenges. Fortunately, I was guided by the use of theories, principles, and practices during the planning and design phase. And because of this, I had the opportunity to have continuous assistance when preparing and designing my online class. As I applied all of these concepts to my build, I'm confident that my students will be successful when learning with this course. Here are my references. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and that's it. Thank you.